Hello, everyone. In today's video, we'll walk through a complete Western blot protocol. This technique is essential for detecting and analyzing specific proteins in a sample. Before we begin the actual experiment, let's briefly introduce the principles behind Western blotting. We'll begin by preparing our protein samples. After centrifuging the lyophilized protein powder, reconstitute it in purified water at a 1:1 ratio to achieve a concentration of 1 mg per ml. Next, take 10 ml of the protein solution and dilute it in 2x loading buffer at a 1:3 ratio. Then, take 10 ml of this mixture and further dilute with 2x loading buffer at a 1:4 ratio, reaching a final concentration of approximately 80 ml. Transfer 20 ml of the diluted protein and add 20 ml of 2x loading buffer, mixing thoroughly. To create a twofold gradient, take an appropriate volume from the previous gradient and add an equal volume of 2x loading buffer, mixing by pipetting. Finally, boil the samples for 5 minutes to denature them, vortex to mix and centrifuge at low speed. Store the samples in the refrigerator until ready for the experiment. With everything set up, let's start by preparing the gel for electrophoresis. First, assemble and secure the glass plates and check for leaks using purified water. If no leaks are detected, proceed with gel casting. Pour 4.6 to 4.7 milliliters of the lower gel solution for each gel, then carefully add 1 milliliter of isopropanol to level the surface. Allow the gel to solidify completely. Once set, discard the isopropanol and clean the gel surface. Add the prepared stacking gel, filling until it slightly overflows, then quickly insert a 10-well comb. After the stacking gel has solidified, remove the comb and place the gel in the electrophoresis chamber. Add the electrophoresis buffer, preparing for sample loading. Next, we'll load our samples and begin electrophoresis. Load the samples sequentially according to the specified order. Typically, prepare a native sample at 2 mg/ml concentration and load 10 ml per sample. Add the pre-stained marker last. After loading, add electrophoresis buffer and set an initial voltage of 80 V for 30 minutes. Then increase the voltage to 120 V and run the gel for an additional 50 to 80 minutes. After electrophoresis, carefully remove the gel under running water, trim any excess portions, and soak it in transfer buffer. First, activate the PVDF membrane by soaking it in isopropanol, then transfer it to the buffer. To assemble the sandwich, soak 3 sheets of filter paper in transfer buffer and place them on the transfer apparatus, followed by the gel and membrane. Be sure to remove any air bubbles with each layer. Finally, place another 3 sheets of filter paper soaked in transfer buffer on top. After assembly is complete, set the transfer current for each gel to 60 milliamperes and run at constant current for 40 to 60 minutes. Prepare a blocking solution by mixing PBS buffer with 5% non-fat dry milk. Rinse the transferred membrane with PBS, then add 10 to 15 milliliters of blocking solution and incubate at 25 degrees Celsius with shaking for 40 to 60 minutes. Discard the blocking solution and add the pre-prepared antibody dilution with non-fat dry milk. Add 10 milliliters of dilution to each membrane and incubate overnight at 4 degrees Celsius with shaking in an incubator. After primary antibody incubation, remove the membrane and wash it 3 to 4 times with PBST, 8 to 10 minutes per wash. Place the membrane in an incubation box and add the secondary antibody dilution prepared with non-fat dry milk. Use 10 milliliters of the dilution per membrane and incubate at 25 degrees Celsius in a shaking incubator for 1 hour. After incubation, wash the membrane again with PBST 3 to 4 times, 8 to 10 minutes each, following the same procedure as for the primary antibody. We're now ready to apply the luminescent solution to reveal the target proteins. Place the washed membrane on the plate and add 1 milliliter of luminescent solution. Gently flip the membrane to ensure it's fully saturated. Next, insert the plate into the luminescent detector to visualize the protein bands. And that's it. Your Western blot experiment is complete. Feel free to review any steps if needed. Remember, each step is important for producing accurate and reproducible results. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your experiments.